the Disco Halal A&R sessions with the Moscoman.
All right. I think we're live. Looks like we're live. What's up? What's up? I can't hear myself.
I'm excited.
You're excited? First time?
Yeah, it's
First time to the beach?
Yeah, exactly.
How have you been? How are you? First of
I'm
all,
good.
nice to meet you.
I think we're in the same neighborhood-ish. Like
Yeah?
Mitte X.
I'm more in the the dark side of Mitte. The east side of Mitte, call it like that.
That's
But it's not. It could be worse. Could be worse.
for sure.
What's up, everybody? How are you guys? Saturday.
Hello, everybody.
How have you been? How's your week been? What's new? What did you work on? What did you have for us today? So, Tom, we need to introduce you because you're not. Usually, I bring DJs. You also a DJ?
I'm a DJ. Yeah. I'm a beatport curator. I curate indie dance, dark disco, melodic house and techno, organic house, and downtempo. And I'm also like a promoter for About Blank and sometimes Watergate.
Nice.
And then I'm also a DJ, playing at Watergate, About Blank, and everywhere.
So you run the city, you say?
Sorry?
You run the city, I'm saying.
Yes. yes.
Well, explain to me and the crowd what does it mean to have to be a curator at Beatport.
So I overlook all the content that comes in. The label team basically sends me the new Disco Halal, and I am looking into who's the artist, who's the remixer, what genre is it? Is it in the right genre? Where can we place it on the store? How can we? Maybe it's a new artist like Kate Oss you had, the last, the last before the last release.
Yeah,
I was really excited about that release because I loved it so much.
Good also was the first remix for me of the year.
Yeah.
Something like that, at least the first thing I've done in a while.
Yeah, that was exciting for sure. And so we look at I would look at who's Kate Oss? How can I, because everybody knows you on the store, but how can I present her better in the store? Like let's the banner, because we have obviously the headline or like the bigger artists get a banner, but also if I see a new talent like her, then I would make a decision and say, okay, we need to banner her, request DJ charts from her, how we can put her in the marketing campaigns and how we can give her like a platform basically to grow on the store. And and everything else, like genre changes, when people have genre change issues, they would text us.
Do you have maybe, sorry to interrupt, do you have maybe like headphones like in ear?
Oh yeah, is that better?
Yeah, because the microphone, the microphone is so weird, the sound.
Okay, 1 second.
Like even the normal iPhone ones, like
I have them here.
If you have it, then I think everybody can hear you better because something in the sound is a little muffled.
Okay.
Right? Chat, I'm right? I'm wrong? I don't know. So maybe it's just me? No, it's all good. I just want you speaking interesting stuff. I want people to listen to and not just wait to understand.
Let me check.
Do you use like the Mac mic or what is it?
I'll find them on my different computer. Let's see. Connected. Sorry.
No, it's all right. I'm just reading the chat. All good. I'll be here, man. I'm taking care of it. Don't worry. So what's up, people? What's going on? Where is everybody? Slow burner. Saturday. Probably everybody's outside already, enjoying their life. Not going into a lockdown like here in Berlin. Sadly.
Let's see. Okay. Do you hear me now?
Yes, but I think it's still the same audio. Maybe change it here in the setting. Here in the setting you can do audio input and just change
Okay.
it to.
Yeah. Now input.
It's your earbud.
Okay. Is it better now?
Much better. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Sorry.
All good.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah.
So explain again. So you
yeah, what
as a curator, but you is I mean, there's a lot of music that comes to Beatport or any shop for that matter. So how can you? Do you need to listen to all of them and you choose the genre of all of them, or how does it work?
So every week we get 400,000 tracks, I think. And then we have a system.
How many of them are good?
I would
I'm
say.
joking. You don't need to answer.
Okay, thank you. So we get all these tracks in from the distributors, and then we have a label team and a priority sheet. So basically looking into high priority releases. Let's say there's a Moscoman release that's usually high priority. That means we will listen to that for sure, because we know that sound, we want to get it on the store. So that's the easy work because that's kind of filtered already from the distributors. And then we have a backend system that has all the tracks. And then we basically go through the tracks manually. If there's a new label, we see it. If there's a new label in hype, if there's a new label, everything that is new, we can then quickly listen to and assign it a genre, or see if the genre is right and see if it makes sense to put it on the store and if it's worth it for the customer, basically.
But then you listen. So how many releases you get to listen to on a weekly basis?
This week, I think I had 250 releases I listened to, but there was kind of a normal week. But then looking back 4 weeks ago, I probably had, I don't know, 500 releases or something.
But do you listen to already when it's in the system, or do you listen to the whole track, or what do you do?
No. So basically, I think how you would maybe A&R if you alone, not on Twitch, we skip through the tracks to get a feeling. You can get a little bit of a feeling like, oh, is the sound good, and that's what we do as well. Because when I do 500 releases, it's like so much input that you have to really concentrate and not listen too much, because then you get lost into just listening, and then the whole day is gone basically. So basically, just skipping through tracks, waiting how's the track progression and how's the overall mix down and mastering. Because some people, if it's a young label, they might not have a mastering engineer, and then it doesn't sound ready for the store, and that we need to filter that out as well.
But can people upload to the store automatically, like personally, or like independently, or do they need?
They always need a distributor, like let's say Paradise or Word and Sound, Above and Board. You need a distributor, and then they will deliver the content to our store, and they will deliver to all the other stores as well. And then when it comes to our store, they can send a note. Let's say they can let us know the marketing budget or how the promo campaign was running, and can give us a little bit of feedback of how the release has been performed previous to the release date. Basically, if there's any DJs like let's say Red Access played it at Sonar, that could be a note. And then we would be like, okay, that's good to know. Maybe we can use it for the Sonar Festival playlist or something like that. So
it's a lot of work, especially when you have so much music. It's hard. I mean, I'm guessing it's also hard to shine through the whole process of the filtering that you have as a shop,
For sure, yeah. I mean, I think that's what I look into, what I do as a curator, because I think it's really easy to look. Like, let's say you have a release, that's easy. That's not really hard work. It's more finding new artists and finding labels that might not have working with the biggest distributors. So really digging in the back end and then finding content that the other stores might not have.
how many of that do you get to do? I mean, how many of this finds as A&R A&Ring? You know, how many do you find, like a week, a month, stuff that is new that shines through, or is it mostly the same players? You know, if you think about indie dance or however you want to call it.
Yeah, I think it's like maybe in indie dance it's less content than, let's say, like a melodic and house and techno genre. So in
Yeah.
indie dance it might be like 5 releases each week where I'm like, oh wow, this might be like a smaller label but really good content. And then
Yeah.
we have a best new charts, let's say best new indie dance April
Yeah.
chart. I would add that track to the chart, and then it would also go on our Beatport Spotify playlist to give a little bit more exposure to this release. And yeah, I must say, because I'm creating for indie dance, dark disco, organic house, down tempo, melodic house, and techno, and in each genre, I always have like minimum 5 releases
Yeah.
that are really outstanding and new, and smaller labels that can definitely grow.
What are some of the labels do you think we should put our eye on for the next few? I mean, how much in advance do you get the music?
So personally, I'm in the promo pool, so I get the music really early, and then I make notes for Beatport. But Beatport usually they deliver 3 weeks before the release date, or 4 weeks, and then I
Yeah, I
go
knew
from
that.
there. Yeah, I mean, you know that, yeah, from
No,
having
I
your
was
own
thinking
label.
about it. I was like, yeah, I know that. All right.
But I think for some of the younger, generation, they might not know. But yeah, labels that I really like in indie dance at the moment are definitely like Duro. Ritual is like a label that I feel like came a little bit more from melodic and now doing indie dance. I wanted to ask you what you think about when labels switch, but that's maybe a question we can ask later. Then there is this label from Italy, Nothing Is Real. It's from 2 guys that I know. And they always send me the new release. It's really good.
What did they release? Let's see.
They had a Toys Margo remix. They had a various artists and a remix from Curses lately.
Yeah. Yeah, I know this. Yeah.
Yeah. And also your friend Nif asked. He's a friend of yours, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they have nice artwork.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Then there's this German label called Finest Tier, which is really nice. They do really good stuff with Local Suicide, also Toys Margo. It's crazy. I feel like I have every week 5 new tracks in different releases from Toys Margo at the moment. It's
I think
so much content.
I don't know if they know that they have so much music.
Yeah.
In general,
yeah,
he's doing a lot. I can see that he has. He's peaking. Yeah, I look at the stats. You know, every month he has a track,
and it's always in the charts as well. So that's a good sign. And then also I really like this label called 9 Records.
Yeah, that's classic. Also, already classics in our
classic.
world.
Yeah. But it's like it's not such a. I feel like it's not huge. I feel like sometimes when I talk to people, I tell them 9 Records, and they like, they have never heard about it. So I'm like, oh, you definitely need to listen to that label.
They're doing a great job because they have a lot of music, you know, a lot of young music, and they're like, I mean, even though we are also releasing a lot of young people music, but I have a very strict kind of like curating of whatever is going to come out. Everything has to be very, 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 very on point. You know, the tracks that come out.
I know that. Yeah, you can hear when I listen to your new releases. I know your ear now, and it's like very well curated and no compromise. I feel like that's really nice.
I mean, no compromise on my taste. It's not about the music. It's not for everybody. It could be some other people wouldn't like it, you know. But like I'm saying now, I was like, when I see like the number 1 now that we have, and it's like,
congrats.
Thank you. I didn't, and it stays there. I thought it was a mistake for a second.
No.
And I don't know who bought all this money.
I love it. I was so happy because it's a dark disco track. So also like, you know, the subgenre of indie dance, for the people that listen now, it makes me as a curator happy to see not always like a commercial track, but something
I
that
will
is a
give
little
it
bit
for
more.
my I think the
Um,
artwork, it's what sells the most because the
yeah,
artwork is
true.
really beautiful.
It is. Yeah.
And shout out to Nufar. She's probably watching. She's doing the artwork, and she did a great job. And
Yeah.
no, yeah, it climbed like, and it stays. I see it's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah. I'm
5
happy.
week. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
but I'm saying the musically, I was like, okay, I don't know if everybody's going to connect to this.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
I don't know what it means, you know, to have this kind of like, because usually the people that run this label, this charts are like Adana Twins, and
That's what I
Uedu,
wanted to say to
you
you
know,
as well.
Demon G, this kind of
Yeah.
people.
As much as I like them,
Peggy that is there, I don't know why she's still there for so many years. She's still there. She's probably selling a lot.
Yeah, true. No, but that's why it made me happy
How
to have it.
how many times you feel like, do you hear stuff that you want to get off move from the genre, you know, from like, oh, I mean, this is not indie dance, you know, in your
Yeah.
head?
I
How
mean,
many
we
times
have
that has happened to you?
lately, because I mean, obviously you come from that background, but for the maybe newcomers, I feel like a lot of people that were before in melodic trying to shift now, and so it became like it had
You
like a
know
second
you
hype.
know the difference between the tracks?
Of course, I
No, like between melodic and the indie,
yes,
it's just a snare. You
yeah,
know, the music musically, it's just adding a snare. There's no
yeah,
snares in the melodic.
true,
That's what
yeah,
I feel. You know, it's more, but it's still, there's big breaks and whatever. But
yeah,
it's mostly snares. I feel like
yeah, for
it's the
sure.
big difference.
But I feel like now everybody is trying to get into those charts as well. So
Yeah.
then we listen to them and we discuss it, and then we kind of take them out of indie dance because they don't make sense for us there because it's too commercial. The synthesizers are more, you know, it's like these really big arpeggiators that indie dance is a little bit more, for me personally, like a little bit more toned down, a little bit more intimate, I would say. Not so big room.
I'm trying to remember what was the first kind of thing that created this indie dance. I remember being in the offices and they floated the names of what I want to call the new genre because it was
Yeah,
new disco,
true.
new disco, and
Indie
there was
dance, yeah.
it was indie, new disco indie dance.
Yeah, for us, we had, yeah.
Yeah, but then there was another genre that disappeared. I don't remember what it was. I'm guessing new disco is still there. I mean,
New disco is now its own genre, and now
yeah,
this week we launched new disco with Italo disco because people were complaining that they couldn't find the Italo disco that somebody like Gerd Jansen plays,
yeah.
and so then we created a subgenre again.
He's playing Italo disco. I feel like it's more like Italo house. No, it's like, or
Yeah, in
house.
Italo house, yeah, Italo disco, like a little bit.
I think the most problematic thing about genre in general, genres I don't really enjoy as a creator. I don't really care about genres. Of course, I understand that people need the genre to, you know, to know where to look. I'm guessing if, you know, but it's a big genre and it's okay to have smaller genres. But for example, house is something that I have difficulties with, you know, when there's a genre like house or trance or techno. I'm feeling like everything can fall into it. You know, it's
I
not
agree.
like, what does it mean to have a
What does it
genre
mean?
like house? It's like vegetables. Okay.
It is,
Everything
yeah.
that grows in the ground is a vegetable, I'm guessing.
That's
you
true.
know?
Yeah. Then we
But
have organic vegetables.
Yeah, but there's like broccoli, it's a kind of vegetable. It's not like a tomato, but it's
Yeah.
still a vegetable. It's so
That's true.
but
I
then
know
you're
what you
like,
mean.
so what's house? It's like Tulum, who's running the house
Defected.
world, you know?
Defected is at the moment house. I think.
But I would call it dance.
Yeah, well, I
Dance
think
music.
dance is a little bit more commercial now on our
Yeah.
store, basically, right? It's a little
Yeah.
bit more the American like dance.
EDM.
Yeah, EDM. We have a new name for it. I think it's called Future House or something at the moment. We have so many genres that it's sometimes hard to
Do you
make
feel
sense
it
of it all.
needs a little more curation as a store? Because you have like millions and millions of tracks there. I don't know. I don't even know how much.
I think that's why we did so many genres and subgenres to be able to give all these tracks a place. Because I think before, when you only have the homepage, you only have 10 sliders, but you want to give. There's so much good music for 20 sliders, you know. But you obviously have to curate it and don't overwhelm the customer. So that's why we have all the genres for the people to dig into if they like a specific sound. And then,
But what does it mean in your mind that you say indie dance? You know, what's the meaning of indie dance?
for me personally, it's a little bit like rock, like Origin was a little bit rock, you know, like a little
Yeah,
bit new wave, and a little darker in the sense. Also sometimes a little 80s, a
yeah,
little bit, but
yeah.
also very retro, but not cheesy in that sense. Not like new disco can be a little bit more cheesy, while indie dance is a bit like, I hate the word underground, but a little bit more
I'm
off-road. A
yeah,
little bit.
I'm asking myself because I'm asking from all the labels that do music, because the world, I think the word indie has a not the right meaning anymore, you know, because indie
Yeah,
just means that we're independent and we're
yeah,
not major part of a major label, you
yeah,
know, and that's like, okay, so most of the people are doing indie dance, and then a lot of people are they're releasing something and they're like, oh, okay, we released in indie dance, and you listen to the music and you're like,
yeah,
you know, it's like, what's the connection? No, I'm just saying it has two sides. I understand that indie dance, I would take indie dance as the nice side of music, you know, for us.
hmm,
It's like where
yeah,
we can find ourselves, and it's the correspondent sound and
yeah,
this and that. It's great. It's where we are, you know,
yeah,
because we're
for sure.
not hot creations or this kind of
No,
house, and
yeah,
we're not techno Osgood vibes, and
yeah,
we're not that.
no, which is good. I like that.
No, I'm respecting everything.
Yeah,
Everyone has a part in
for
this little
sure.
puzzle.
Yeah.
But then you're like, I'm asking myself, and I'll be honest, you feel like from where you are, is there labels that abusing this to go forward? You know what I mean? That using this sound and trying to, I don't want to, no, you don't need to name names or something, but
Yeah.
do you feel like, as I have to say, as one of the people that I didn't want to create a genre, but you know, the sound grew around what we've done.
100%. Yeah.
You think people are using this sound to get
Yeah,
more recognition because it's a smaller group, like to be a bigger fish in a smaller pond in this kind of
for
vibe?
sure. Yeah, I mean, you create like the whole Israeli, right? The whole your whole
Yeah,
tribe, like
I would
the
call it punk. If I would have
punk.
the name, I would do like a disco punk, or I would
Disco. I like
say
disco punk. Yeah,
yeah, or like for me it's always been uh, dance. We always call it dance floor oriented music,
yeah,
meaning it's music that can fit the dance floor, or it's inspired by dance floors, you know, but it's music that we want to listen to also, because it had always had, you know, it's like heads, you can stand on the side and enjoy it. And I would say, I'm honest, a lot of music that I hear in the indie dance that comes from other sides, it's like, we gotta get on this kind of like, you know, we're not people of huge breaks and this kind
no,
of like, you know,
yeah,
and like, okay, let's add, like I said before, it was a joke, like let's add some snares and
yeah.
we'll sound indie. And but do you feel like, first of all, do you feel like there's something, I'm honest, there's something you can do about it from your position? You know,
So
can you figure out, okay, this is real people and this is fake, and this kind of, this is not fake, but like this is authentic, this is their sound and this is their
yeah,
world, you know,
yeah. I
or this,
mean,
okay, they're just trying to shift because they don't reach the top 100 even in their genres, and they're like, okay, we got to shift it a bit.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think anytime something gets a little bit of a hype, people try and copy it, right? Or
Yeah,
people
the hype
try
train. Yeah,
the hype train. Yeah,
yeah, like
people.
Twitch. Let's do a
Yeah,
hype train, everybody.
true. Yeah,
I don't know who's
everybody
here.
on
Yeah,
Twitch.
let's get on the hype train. All right, sorry.
And then I think people are trying to also be part of a tribe, not to be part of a genre, because they see maybe you and let's say Jennifer Gadini and Local Suicide and all the people on Correspondent, all the people like Red Axis, you know, and
Yeah,
they want to be part of that, you know, they want to also have a piece of the cake, but not always in a cheesy way, but sometimes maybe they just starting out the music and they like, oh, this is really maybe a family I could grow on or something. I think that's what some people have in mind. But I understand also when I see somebody from melodic trying to do indie dance out of a sudden, then we definitely can see the shift of they are doing it, because of a hype, kind of, because it has a momentum.
I will
And
tell
then
you
we,
also is the opposite. Sometimes when I release music and it doesn't go to the indie dance, I'm like, it's weird. This is not house music, or
yeah,
this is not dance music, or this is not Afro house.
yeah,
Everything that Disco Halal does, always gonna be indie dance.
yeah,
In the mentality, even if the sound is not, but our vibe is always the authentic part, the punk side, the more
yeah,
rock and roll, to bring it something that kicks,
yeah,
and they're like, okay, it sounds very dancey for the untrained eyes, but it kicks,
yeah.
it's always kind of if I do it's always, I try to do is always as how do you say it, wait,
Danceable?
no, danceable, yeah,
No.
but I'm saying
Yeah.
I'm doing it not a, I don't want to say a cliche, that's not what I mean. I mean, it's like sorry, 1 second, I have brain fart.
I feel it. A signature, maybe?
No, I mean, like, even if we do something that sounds very Afro, it's more kind of like when we're trying to, how do I say it? I can't remember the word either in Hebrew or in English.
I feel you.
Wait 1 second. I gotta remember the word.
That's cool. I'm going to reply to some people in the chat. How do I do that?
What I wanted to say, it's more in the ironic.
Ironic,
yeah, more in the ironic. Sorry, I'm.
It's okay.
Or no, it's like, I wouldn't say even ironic, but it's like Moscoman doing Afro house. It's a little ironic because Moscoman is not an Afro house. In my
That's
head,
true. Yeah,
that fact that I use congas and I have some groove, it doesn't mean that I did Afro house.
No,
in
true.
my situation. But the question is, if you ask yourself, do we need a genre for what people like do? Meaning, okay, this is the place you can find labels like X, Y, Z, W, whatever, and then it's like, this is their vibe of music. It doesn't matter what's the style,
Yeah.
because it's
Personally,
more a genre.
Yeah.
How do you separate genre from style? Because if it's the style of music, I would say that most of the music sounds the same.
Yeah.
The extra is the brain behind, like, the A&Rs that go behind the labels and the way they choose the artist. That's the extra. But sound, I can send you unknown files, you wouldn't know. I mean, I would love to say that from my side, our labels, you can hear that it's music that comes from us, but a lot of people can send you stuff, it would be very generic, so how do you feel like there should be an extra kind of like, or you're already doing it because that, okay, these are the, I would say, major players. It's not about sales or something, but just like, they bring the real music, and the rest are like on the hype train. Do you guys feel this, or you just like, okay,
100%.
this sounds like this, it could be part of that,
Yeah. So the big players, of course, if they do something, we know obviously who is who and who's just trying to copy something. But I think when it comes to the store, we have to be a little bit more neutral and also give the customer a little bit of a guideline. Let's say, even if you might do a track with bongos, it's not Afro house for you, but I think the customer would, because your following is buying it regardless. They don't care what is behind it. But I think the customer on our store, they might buy more of that track in that genre. So to give also, I mean, not that you need it, but to maybe then get on those charts and get higher there, and instead of in the indie charts, maybe it would confuse, and then other labels would complain and say, but our biggest artist also did something similar. So now we also want them in there. So I think when you open that door, then it can be a little
It's
bit complicated.
difficult. Yeah,
No,
it's
for sure.
difficult. I'm trying to figure out in my head. It's very difficult. Of course, that stuff that I do, I think as an artist, stuff that I do is cross genre,
Mhm.
and I do a lot of stuff. But for example, now I'm opening Moscoman, but then you see like, okay, these are remixes. That's okay. That's like covers. That's great. The house, all good. That's great. Gerard Janssen, he did a remix. That's house. I see like the album that I've released. It went to dance electropop.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that because
That was very weird, because it
okay,
was
because
very indie dance kind of vibe. It
that's what
was
I
like,
thought. Yeah.
this is indie dance. I'm not like, I'm just honestly,
No,
it's the first time that I see it. I didn't see it before.
no,
I was
because
like,
I saw it and I wanted to ask you anyway because this is good that obviously you also thought it's more indie because I felt also it's more indie and in the future, of course, we usually text now with your label manager and if you have something, we can always talk
listen,
about it in the
in
sense.
it. Also now the one, it's one of my first releases that I done with Renate, but we uploaded again in Disco Halal. For example, it's in electronica, which is
I think,
everything but electronica,
yeah,
for example.
that already out?
Yeah, we uploaded it last year already when I got back the rights for it. No, but
okay.
I'm like, which is like has a million plays on Spotify and stuff like this, but it's like electronica. It sounds weird, But
So
that's
what happened?
I'm asking if it's automatically, if what's the process that
So
the artists they're like, okay, I want to be a part of something, I am a part of something, but what's the process that they need to go through?
yeah, for sure. So how it works, the label and the artist give a suggestion to the distributor, and the distributor basically gives it or like integrates it into our store, delivers it into into this genre that was requested. And
Mm-hmm.
some distributors, I believe, are not able to deliver in all genres because they
Mm-hmm.
might be maybe they started with Beatport and they only have, I don't know, 12 genres or whatever. And then they will send a genre change request, basically saying Moscoman's album is not dance, it is in dance by mistake. And
Yeah,
sometimes we would also listen to the tracks and find them. And sometimes they might slip because they might be on a different date or something. So
yeah,
because there's like, I don't know, so many, I don't know if it's, I think it's 40,000 at least tracks. So then I think
crazy,
that makes it, sometimes you miss something and then you find
crazy.
it maybe a month later and then you're like, oh, this is by mistake in electronica. And then we will manually shift it. So it might be, I think the major distributors often deliver in dance or electronica.
Of
And then
course,
we have to manually get them out and get them into the right genre.
it's crazy. I have to say that it's crazy.
Yeah, it's but it's a
I,
cool job because you kind of always listen to new music and then
There is a remix that Demon G did for me, and it's on Techno Peak Time. I've never seen that.
that
Techno
is
Peak
weird.
Time driving.
So then I'm gonna change that.
I need
I'm
to
gonna
go,
change
but
that
I need to
once we.
look at all of it and send. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a shame because it should be in kind of like.
yeah,
I'll tell you what. There is a lot of doubles here. Also, I see.
yeah.
There's probably when we moved distributor, there was a doubles because I see it's in electronica
Then
that release and also at the same time at indie dance.
yeah,
So never mind.
yeah.
But it's interesting, I've
No, it
always
is.
asked myself because I'm only one. The label is only we're only one,
Yeah,
and there's
yeah.
so many, so many music, you know, so many music that has been sent. If I was in the shop, I wouldn't know what to do, to be honest.
You mean in a physical record store? Or
No, there have
no?
been, but I'm saying as if I would work at Beatport, I'd be like, do you think about doing? Did you guys ever think about doing like a curated Beatport website?
I
You
mean,
know what I mean? Because also as a
everything.
DJ, when you're going into the shop, there's a lot of music. It's very difficult to find music.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, because it's just so much content,
Yeah.
and what we are trying to do, everything is curated. We're just trying to give everybody a space,
Yeah.
that deserves a space, and that's why I think we have so many genres to really find space, and that's why we created Hype, to even give smaller labels a
Yeah.
space, smaller labels that were never able to even come in the top 100 indie. So now
Mhm.
we created a indie hype
Yeah, that's
genre,
very nice.
so that these labels have a chance to grow, because we do have these success stories in house and stuff where somebody was in a hype, like in these hype charts, then through the hype charts they went into the normal chart and then into the top 100. So to really grow, and without, I think, hype, they wouldn't have made it, because nobody would have found them in the first place, because we just simply had no space. Because when you have all the normal labels like in house, like Defected, Rush Hour, all that stuff, then
Yeah.
the space fills up, and then there's no
No,
there was no space.
I'm just wondering if, because you accept, basically the shop accepts all the music that comes from distributor. It doesn't matter. But you guys have a lot of work to
Yeah, to manually
grab.
listen to. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very difficult job. I wouldn't want to have
Yeah.
that job. It's
No,
way
for
more
me,
difficult. It's way more difficult than what I have, I don't need to listen to too much music.
no,
But
the
I
good
was
thing about
thinking
you,
myself, if you should have like a guest curator. That
we
would be
talked
great.
we talked about that once, and then I'm not sure what happened, because it was an idea, but I think just the company guidelines, in a sense, because of the customer sometimes has.
Yeah.
I think that's why we're doing with Link. We have this streaming service now. We're doing like a curated. There, somebody can create something,
Yeah.
like, or having artist of the month, and then they create a playlist or create an
Yeah,
article on Beatport.
even that is difficult, by the way. It's
Yeah,
like, who are you to choose which track or what?
yeah,
Overall, things are okay. It's not so bad. We
yeah,
are part of something that's bigger than us, and
for
that's
sure.
the most important thing about everything. That we have this kind of place to be, and we have a support of a big company behind us.
For
It's not
sure.
a small company. It's a big company
Yeah,
that supports a lot of labels, and everybody's enjoying it. But like I would say to everybody on the show, don't make music for record shops. Make it for yourself.
true. That is the best
Be
advice you can give,
authentic for
because
yourself.
I think it's important for young artists to know what you do, to like really be authentic and only do the music you believe in. And then if it
Mhm.
doesn't sell, maybe then that music. But yeah, don't try to
It will
jump on a
sell
hype.
some other day.
Yeah,
Some other day it will sell, because also
true,
our music wasn't selling at the beginning as much as
true.
it's now.
Yeah.
It's just
It's like you have to
every
be in
every day
there.
has its time.
You have to be in there for the long run, I think. That's
Yeah.
important, because sometimes it just takes ages, for I think prime example is my friend Honey Dijon, like she's been from Chicago, living in New York, and always playing over the US everywhere. And then I think once she played at Berghain, I think she played there in 2000, I don't know, 9. But then it took like another 5 or 6 years until she became like regular gigs. So I
Yeah.
think you have to, and now her career is probably 20 years already. And now she is on top of her game. But it took
Yeah.
so long, to even get there. So I think just have to
Yeah,
stick
yeah.
to
I
it.
think in general in life, but I see it a lot, because I see it a lot here, and I think in the show there is some kind of new education that I'm trying to
Yeah.
get. And it's not because of any like a place of hate or anything. I just don't think that as an artist you should go to see what's the successful stuff and try to copy it, because it's already, first of all, it's already successful,
Yeah.
and I don't like duplicates. And
No,
a lot
that's
of
what I noticed in your show, that you are not a fan of people copying, and
No, because I
which I
already
wanted.
heard it.
Yeah,
Because I've seen this already. It's like watching the same movie with different actors or whatever, but it's the same movie.
yeah,
And already the first movie did it so well. So let the first movie live.
yeah,
I don't need to change. Because I think it came a lot. If I'm honest, it came a lot from the tech house world. And the tech house world, every week you will change the same track with another track that sounds exactly the
yeah.
same.
Another
And
vocal.
people like, yeah, and because people started to play with computers, and they started to do with, I forgot the name of the software, Tractor.
Ableton, Tractor.
No,
Yeah,
Tractor.
yeah,
And
native.
they
Yeah,
started to play with Tractor, and you have so much space now, and this, and then we came USBs, and it's endless. If you
yeah,
imagine how pricey, sorry, how prices were your records back then, and you have like, this is a killer records. I wouldn't buy five records of the same music,
Yeah.
But now you play every weekend, and you do this, and you have 5 gigs, and you want to change the tracks. As a DJ myself, I don't change the tracks. I
No.
like, if there's good tracks, I will play them. It doesn't make me cooler or less cooler if I have the number one new track. No, because
Yeah.
if it sounds the same like some other stuff that I have, it makes no sense for me.
Yeah.
So I'm
And
saying,
it's
like, you need to look at the inside yourself and not to see what's the top, because that's the only way to get to the top.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's being authentic or being maybe like Instagram artist. So I think there's a difference,
Yeah, I think
So
it's. Yeah, I think it's. I mean, we use the word authentic very lightly. It takes time to become authentic.
Yeah.
Everybody starts at one point. Not everybody starts Red X's. Not everybody
No.
starts. Also,
No.
Red X's, they did some house music at the beginning.
Yeah.
Before
I
they were
remember.
like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's not my style." They were like, "Me too." I did some. I don't like. I don't feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
But today, because it's so easy to make music, people are doing very well. They're doing this recreation job very well.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, it's on a different
It's a
level.
very technician kind of vibe. I make this track.
Yeah.
Snare roll. Yeah. All right. There's a track. Number one, indie beatport. No.
Yeah.
We don't need more of that. I'm always saying I want to hear music from the people here in the crowd. I want to hear real music. I don't care about the other stuff. When I
Yeah.
hear something that I already heard, I'm like, it's over.
I noticed that about you. I wanted to talk to you about it because
Sure.
coming from a curator point like me, or even from a promoter, I totally appreciate your view and I love that you have it. And then I see obviously other genres that I'm overlooking. I remember when Tale of Us came, they
Yeah.
started, I think, on a Vision Quest label, and then they did a remix for Maceo Plex. And so they grew and grew and grew, and they designed the sound. And now there are so many people copying it. And
Yeah.
I thought
Melodic
already,
house. Call
yeah.
it.
And 3
Yeah.
years ago, I
Yeah.
thought, oh, the hype is kind of over. But then somehow there's definitely the request from the audience, like people still buying all the tracks that sound similar to create like a like a different vibe. They want that style that these big DJs have, but they don't want to maybe
It's
play the
very
big tracks.
commercial.
Yeah, for sure.
Melodic
Yeah,
house is way more. It's funny, but melodic house is way more commercial than dance music.
yeah,
And I'm sure the sales will say the same. It's
100%.
It's way
Yeah.
more successful than most of the techno, than house, because there's a lot of vocals in it.
Yeah,
It's very song, but at the same time, it's very emotional. It's
Yeah.
like it's not like what Dubfire called it here. Like, it's not a man trance kind of track,
No,
which is more
no.
more in this kind of indie vibe that you can say that it's more like I
like
feel
the
it
man trance
myself.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also like it more because it's like an inner kind of feeling, but this is more like girls and big
This is
sound,
big.
and
Yeah,
it's dance
Dance.
music. I don't know
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
it will take another couple of years, and then it will be dance music.
I agree. For
I don't know
sure.
what's
This-
going to change.
like-
What's melodic house?
Yeah,
For myself, I also make. If you ask me what I really make, I will do the indie. That's my punk side, the rock
Yeah.
stuff. But then I make melodic house. I make
Yeah.
house with a lot of melodies.
yeah,
And a
which
lot
I
of
love.
kind of, yeah. So this is also melodic house. It's like,
Yeah.
so it's weird that it become. That's what I'm saying. Something become a genre, and then the genre defines what you do in your music, and then you, as an artist, if you let it define what you do. So, for example, if you say Tale of Us, I'm sure they would like to make music. They will make amazing music, but then you will categorize it as as melodic house.
Yeah.
So also for themselves, they're like, okay, we're also part of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
So that's I think for me, if I think as a curator, first of all, I never look at genres. I just look if I connect to it or not.
Yeah.
Also here in the show, there's
Yeah.
some stuff to fix. We heard this is like 50 something shows. Wow, we didn't hear as much music as you hear, but
Yeah.
but we've heard, I don't know, hundreds of tracks at least.
Yeah.
Almost, I'm sure 1,000 tracks at least.
Yeah.
But either you connect to it or not. That's why I'm trying. that's why I think your job is way more difficult, because if you connect to it, you will ask yourself, okay, why do I connect to this, and where do
Yeah.
I see it fit?
Exactly. Yeah, there's
you
so
know?
many different, like I'm looking also into, does this person have a SoundCloud account? Like, is this
Yeah.
person, what radio show does this person play? Was this track played maybe on BBC or anywhere? Or like, let's say, did Moscoman play it in his last
Yeah.
SoundCloud set, like, or radio set? And so there's so many different,
I need to do
like,
more. That's true.
yeah, there's so many different factors that come into it. It's not just listening to the track and then liking it or putting it on a store, but also looking into what kind of artist is behind that. I do have to tell you the story when
Sure.
Kate Oss, Kate Oss is a prime example because it's somebody that I really want to push on the store. I love that she was
She's
on
great.
your label. Also love
So,
that she brought a
she's a
different
super
sound.
hard worker. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like weird and yeah, I love it. It's like this. I can't even describe it because it's so freaky. Like the sound, it's like it just does something with you. It's like
it's a girl power trance.
yes,
I call it like
yes, I like
female power trance. It's a
female
very
power
kind
trance.
yeah, not in the bad sense of female. Just like
gritty.
it's not very manly,
Yeah.
but at the same time it's very powerful. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to call it man trance
No, no.
because she's not a man. She's a woman. She needs to be
Exactly.
respected as a woman. So a female power trance. Maybe you
Yeah.
guys should do like a curation of like a one in wonders. When people is like, he had only one hit as an indie dance.
A one-hit wonders. Oh yeah. I mean, there's one person.
Like one hit indie wonders. One indie hit wonders.
I can make a playlist out of that. Somebody is asking, Joran is asking which Kate Oss. Yeah, we've been talking about Kate Oss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote it down
Cool.
so they can know. You want to hear some music? Let's listen
Yes,
to some
for
music.
sure.
Let's see what we got. Tomper, what's up? Where have you been? It's been a while. Let's see what you got for us. This is for sure from the waveform. I see it's a man trance. I see it already. I'm gonna put the speakers on. Build up so far.
Yeah, I like it.
All right.
All right.
Or I would say it's a good. I would start from the technical side. I would say it's a good track, and what I didn't like is the second part here that didn't do anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Because then it went back also to the same part.
Yeah.
So I would not do that. I would simplify from my side. I would simplify. Tomer, you hear me, Tomer?
Yes.
I would simplify the whole track because the break is nice. I mean, it's cool. Just this part. It's like a slow build, but then it's just going down all the time in energy. It's not coming up in the energy. That's my issue. What do you think about it?
I like it a lot. The drums are not something with the drums. It's a little bit like let me try to find the right word. Like the German word is dumpf, like
Muffled?
yeah, like yeah, thank you. Thank you. Muffled. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like they could, but I think the track, the idea is cool. I
Yeah.
can really see, I can already see people playing it. I can
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, yeah.
It works for sure. It will be top 100 for sure for a couple of weeks only because
Yeah.
but that's where it falls short because it has no something that grabs you, you know, in this kind of vibe. It's a very good track to play,
Mhm.
but I wouldn't play it too many times. For
Yeah.
example.
Yeah, which is sometimes good for some tracks. You know, they have
Yeah,
a shorter
yeah.
life, but then
Yeah,
it's
it's
also
not
nice
bad.
to have some tracks that not everybody maybe knows. You know, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's missing. I know where he went for. It's a very trick kind of sound.
That's what I thought. Trick and Toto.
Yeah, but it's missing the
Edge.
Tomer. You need to bring more of the. I'm talking to the chat. You need to bring more of the secret. There was no secret in the track. That's what they have. They have a secret. I don't know that's just the secret. I don't know if they know they have a secret, but there's something that they're not telling, and you're giving us too much from the track.
I agree with you. True, they have something that can't be described.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't. I don't want to listen to it again. Not in a bad way. I'm like, okay,
Okay.
it done its part,
Yeah.
but you need to bring that little spice that nobody can recognize, you know. And I don't know how to. It could be a lot of stuff. First of all, the arrangement, it needs to work differently, but that's semantics because people can enjoy it also with this kind of arrangement. But it's missing something in the drums, or it's missing. I don't know. Probably in the drums. That's what I think. Okay, what's next?
Yeah.
What's next? Where would you genre it is? What's the genre? You gotta answer now. Genre. It's a curator.
Melodic for sure. 100%.
Melodic house.
Yeah, melodic house and techno for sure.
Okay. All right. What's the next one? Bill Dalton. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
What's your thoughts?
I like it, but something as well, like the drums. I like the overall vibe. I also like that something oriental a little bit, but somehow the drums as well were a little bit muffled to me. Like not
Yeah.
because it was a little bit of a mix, having indie but
Uh,
also melodic, but a little bit not as sharp, like as pronounced. Maybe I would say.
Yeah, I mean it has some good stuff, and it doesn't sound like something is that's going on now in the scene, but it does sound like a lot of music that I'm hearing lately,
Yeah.
which is for my personal taste. I don't like for my personal taste. I just don't see for myself. I'm sure people will connect to it. I'm not sure what's I don't understand the story of it, but it is good. It is sounds cool. I just don't understand myself,
Yeah.
and this kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely a good track.
Yeah,
But
it's
maybe
just
it could be, maybe it's also the mix down or
it's a little too loud. Everything is too loud. Everything is
yeah,
too in your face, in your face, in your
yeah.
face. Which I think if you listen to a lot of people that do this kind of like Jimmy Jules and this kind of vibe,
I love
and
Jimmy
this
Jules.
like kind of Innovision. What's Innovision's? I don't know what are they working on and doing, and they brought this kind of like between break robotic, this kind of sound, and it's kind of
Yeah,
like big cinematic sound. It's not deep enough for that, so
true.
I
Yeah,
would listen more to what Jimmy does, and I think it comes because they do a lot of analog sound, and it's less in the box. Either it's
yeah,
samples, analog samples, and less soft synths. that's
yeah,
that's what I would say to work on,
yeah,
my point of view. Right, next up, let's start it.
yeah.
Let's start Saturday night. We gotta go to the
Yes.
clubs today. No,
This is our club.
nope, no clubs. What's up, Precia? What did you bring for us today? All right. That was nice.
Yeah. That was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
end part of it, which I was missing for most of the track. This part could have the pads were missing at the beginning. The vibe is cool. It's something
Yeah.
fresher than most. I think it's missing a vocal or main part. It's a good bass
I like
for a track.
it's kind of mellow, and maybe, as you said, it might not need the in the middle the peak where it's like where it goes
Yeah.
crazy, and it could just be a mellow track as well for
Yeah.
me personally.
Yeah, exactly. Could be like this, but I would add some vibes to it. Some more pads, some more maybe a vocal or maybe a lead. Yeah, there is a guitar that does sounds, but a lead guitar could be good also on it, for example.
Mm.
Just for example. But nice. Very
Yeah.
nice overall.
Yeah.
What's next? Nice artwork.
Yeah, like it.
Who is Bueno? What is he doing on the guitar? Let's see what Bueno is doing on the guitar.
Yeah.
Here comes Bueno. He's on the guitar. Bueno Santana.
Yeah.
I was on mute. It's nice. It's cool.
It's super nice. Yeah, like it. I'm not sure about the middle part so much, but everything else I like a lot. Not sure if it
But
meets
everything is very vibey. It's not. There's no edge yet from the stuff that we heard. Nothing really stood out for me yet.
Yeah.
But okay, keep on trying. Not every track is great.
But I like the vibe a lot from the track.
Roman, what did you bring today? The King of Balearic. Let's hear what it does. I mean, I'm biased. I always like what Roman does. I like this vibe. I like the
I like
Balearic
it.
vibe.
I like it.
Even with the sample that you can never clear. But I love the sample. I love On Clark.
Same. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Great track. I love the
Yeah.
whole vibe. Yeah, I would put it into organic because it has like a organic vibe, but in a really
Yeah,
positive
this
way.
could be this I like to
Yeah.
to be called organic house.
Yeah.
Not like what organic.
Yeah.
This sounds very organic.
Yeah.
In the
Perfect
vibe.
track. Yeah.
Yep.
So bring it on Beatport. I will take care of it.
Yeah, Roman, it's time. It's
yeah.
time to do a EP of your organic stuff. We can do
Yes.
the first. We can do the first organic stuff for the label. I think so.
Yeah.
Send me all the music. Let's see
Yeah.
what's next. Yeah, he does a lot of great stuff. I give him that. What we got here? What do we got here? Big kick.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, clearly this is more in the Tool demo vibes.
I like it a lot. Sorry, like because it's just this like mellow, and I like that it doesn't have a break and there's not all these. Sometimes I like it, personally, just this mellow.
It's a good tool.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, I really liked it a lot.
Sasha, why you say things like this? Sad track, not so good. What?
I
Don't
don't
be
think.
negative, people. Don't be negative.
Yeah,
It
I
was-
don't think it was sad. It was a little bit
No, it was
mellow,
good.
but I think we are also in the pandemic, so there's a little bit
Yeah.
more room for mellow.
Oh, good,
for mellow.
good groove. That's for sure. I like the
Yeah.
groove. The groove was good.
And
Were
the
they on the
artist was
artist? What was the name of the artist? I don't know.
Wolfgang
Wolfgang
Turtracks.
Tooltracks. Good name.
Yeah,
Very good
interesting.
name. Yeah. He's very. There's a lot of groove in it. I
Yeah.
would give him that.
Yeah.
If he wants it to stand out a little bit, it needed another element that was missing, and not
You know-
also repeating all the time of the drum loop. It's great, but you need a few variants to be more interesting.
You know what it reminded me of? A little bit like the giggling stuff.
Yeah,
You know that it's like very
They have-
one note.
they had some variants. In
Yeah.
it sound. The most difficult thing is to make something sound simple. It's very complex to make it sound simple. But this was simple, not in a bad way. It's just it was missing a few parts, I think, which could be, especially with the storms all the time. It's always there.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you would take it out, it will be more air with the synths in the back, and also the
Yeah.
mixing I would work on.
Yeah. True
Other than
drums.
that, really cute.
Yeah.
Really good.
Perfect.
Burkimu, what did you bring today? What did your brain create for us to digest? Everything in reverse, I think. All the groove. What do you think?
I like it, but it wasn't. No, it was interesting, like eclectic.
Yeah.
Um,
Somehow
but-
it works. What can I say?
yeah, yeah,
It was so weird it worked.
true.
Some with the mixing wasn't so good, but other than that, it was so weird that it worked.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I don't know where, what, why, me, somebody. That's music.
yeah,
It was
true.
good. It needs some
Yeah.
editing, but it worked.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was nice. People enjoyed it, right? Chat,
right.
you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it also. I don't know what
Same.
to think about this, but I enjoyed it. The mix was the percussion was a little too flat. I would make some more reverbs on them and make them lower in the mix because they were way too high. Hey, place, where have you been? It's been a while since you've been here. What's up? Welcome back. This is the weird. That's the weird section of the show now. Bukimo, Eples, a lot of weird. I'm sure they're amazing people. They're just weird music makers in a good way. They're very authentic to themselves. I'm eating peanuts. I love peanuts.
Me too.
I like breaking them and this and everything. I'm just making a big mess here. I need to get the duster.
Afterwards.
Like when people make music and they don't try to make other people like them. They just want to make music and they just enjoy making music. It's something very beautiful and very real, you know? And it's very difficult at these days, you know, to make music that you can just, and you connect to it. I connected to this. It's good. I could work on the sound of it, the mixing, you can make it bigger, but it's a good break tune, really good break tune. Like electronic, a real electro break tune. With a lot of energy inside and a lot of deepness, and a lot of realness and feelings.
Need a little bit more work, but the overall is cool for sure. Electro.
Man, we got a lot of music. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Otherwise, we're gonna stay all night. See what we got next. Confiture. Short tracks I like the most. the earth create this thing when there is two peanuts inside? How is this possible? When we were kids, we didn't know it's coming from this. What is this, drum and bass kind of vibe? What is this vibe? What is this genre? Wait, I'm losing you. I lost you. Sorry. Drum and bass.
The beat isn't like the drums are a little bit too hectic for me, but I like the melody.
Yeah.
It's a good trick.
I feel like I always felt like drum and bass is music that been played too fast. You know, it's good music that they played very fast. If it would be slower, it would be really fun for me.
But too much.
Yeah. You're breaking up the sound. Something is weird. I can't hear you. I think I can't hear you anymore. No, I lost you. Anyway, chat, what I meant is like it's very fast. If it'd be like 110 BPM, same music, it could be very cool. I like slowed down drum and bass. I like the rhythm. No.
No?
Not really. Chat, can you hear him? I can't hear him.
What's happening?
Sasha, what is liquid breakbeat? I've never heard. Yeah, jungle. I prefer jungle also. Because jungle is massive. No, nobody can hear you. Maybe the earpods are lost no more power in the earpods. AirPods? What's the name of it? Earplugs. Try to refresh this page. I'll be here. Don't worry. Hisham, where have you been? What's up, Hisham? You left me. Look at my hair. What happened because you left me? Where have you been all this time?
So
yeah, now I can hear you, but I can't see you.
That's so weird.
I'm playing another tune. I'll play the next tune and then we'll figure it out. And today, in number 1, we have a new entrance. Try to speak now. No.
Do you hear me now? Hello.
Yeah,
hello?
but very, very low. I think I can hear you from your computer again. That's why. Check the setting. Check in the setting. The input is the right microphone.
Well, just play the track and then I.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I know it's gonna be an indie dance tune. I saw it. Sorry. Who sent this track? I want to see who sends this track, and also I want to know who sings it, and why is it not? Why is she not featuring? Is this a sample pack? Is this a Fiverr singer? Because today you gotta feature the person that's singing. Otherwise, it's not cool. You sing it, or is this girl she sings it and you produced it to her? Give us some more details. We want to know more. I don't hate it yet. I would say that, but I want to see where it's going. It's good that this track came because it actually defines everything that I don't like. It ticks all these boxes, and then it gets generalized into this kind of, oh, this sounds like indie dance in Beatport, this kind of vibe. And like I said, this is, you see, they create the track. It's a very well created track. It sounds great. It has all the shining and the shining. What do you think about this? I can hear you. I can read your mind, maybe, if you want. You want me to read your mind and then just say what you think? No, I'm joking. But I can't hear you, sadly. Maybe you're on mute? No? Oh, now I heard myself for a second.
Hello.
Yes, now I can hear you very low, but I can hear you.
It's on loud. No?
No, no. Can you hear me well? Is it the? Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you have like a normal, like old school in here with a cable? No, I can't hear. אני לא ידעתי שהתחל...
Hello.
I can hear you, but very, very low.
Hello.
Now it's a little better. Try to speak. Maybe restart. Maybe you restart. I'll entertain the chat for a little bit. Chat, what's up, chat? It's just me and you now, chat. Imagine if your first name was Chat, but not like CHAET, CHAT. It's like Chat. What's going on? What's new? What do you guys got for me? Except music. Give me something interesting to think about. Music I hear enough. Season 3 is fun. Season 3 is good. Good new map. Weird. Let's try now.
No.
I can hear you, but it's not in sync, and it's weird. But you got a good camera. We're just missing some kind of microphone like this. That's it. No, I don't process my sound. Why? It sounds processed? I process my voice. I have in my brain. I have like a VST to process my. No, I'm joking. Can you hear? Can I hear you now? It's a good question. Can I hear you now? I asked myself, can I hear him now? Unplug and replug the sound. You have a sound card? I like it. The chat has became how do you call it? No, no, עזרה טכנית. Technical support. The chat is here. I'm still in Berlin. I'm still looking for. I have a sublet, but I'm looking for the sublet of my dreams. What else you guys want to know? The PPSH meta. I don't believe in that gun. I don't like to play that gun. I'm not the Bugsy Sigal kind of vibe. I'm not gonna rob. I'm not Bonnie and Clyde. I want to play with normal weapons. What else? What else do you guys want to know? Try again.
Try again. Do you hear me now? Hello, hello.
Speak more. Say more stuff.
Yeah, the track. I like the track.
All right. I can hear. Yeah, not so good like before. It's from the computer. I'm guessing now again.
Yeah, because I don't have a microphone here.
Yeah.
I'm not
But
sure
we
what
can
happened.
hear. We can try with this.
Okay. Yeah. No, the track was good. I mean, I know you didn't like it, and this is obviously more.
It's not that I didn't
commercial.
like it. It's not about my personal preference because it was nice. Musically, it was very nice.
Yeah.
It's just very patterny. You know, it's just fits a box. I don't like
For
stuff
sure.
that ticks boxes very easily.
Yeah. I feel you.
I'm not saying that it's not good. It is good.
Maybe not authentic enough. I don't know.
No, maybe we just heard a lot of it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
That's all.
that's true.
Let's see what's next. Thank you, Sasha. Thanks for the nice words. Yasin. A Year of Darkness. Tal, did I get yours? No, I can't see it. Please send it again. I remember seeing it in the chat, but I don't see it in my page. Yeah, I got it.
I like.
from a personal point of view, for this person that sends me a lot of music, Yasin, this is the best thing you've done, and the most real, the most authentic tune that I've heard from you,
Wow.
and the least cinematic, weird, whatever. Good, simple, working tune with a lot of emotions and a lot of energy, and really nice track that I really enjoyed. I was sitting here and I enjoyed it. I didn't wait for it to be over. Start with that.
Same. Can you hear me now again?
Yes.
Better?
Yes, much
Louder?
better.
Okay,
And I
cool.
would
Thank
say,
you.
yeah, and I would say for a few more tracks like this, you have a very good EP, and a very good release that could do nice damage. We got a good people here in the chat. Did you see the latest releases of Wham? WAHM?
Yeah.
Wham. So Isham is here. Is a good part of the show and being here, and I try to help them as much as possible also to do stuff. And they do amazing stuff. Sadly, they don't have a scene to participate in, but they do really good music. So shout out to Wham. Beatport. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see where it's categorized.
It's a Wham. Go back, please. One more back to Google. There's a Wham FR because they
there's MFR. Yeah.
So I always support them.
When
I see them.
is
And I love.
Beatport gonna kill old stuff that's not active?
Well, we usually when people create, I mean, there's no law, like no guidelines yet. We can't just kind of take them off.
No, you should just take it off. If they're not active for 10 years, 5 years, enough. There's new people.
Yeah.
For people now, they're like have friends. What are they in judo? They want to be in part of. They want to have their own name.
That's true. No, I love Wham. I love the Frau Blau release on Kadosh label. I love Kadosh as well. He's so fun.
Yes, shout out to Kadosh. I don't know where he is.
Yeah.
If he's watching or not.
And also on the show, I don't know if Luigi is here. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Luigi. I know today.
He's like one of my favorites. And
Luigi, where are you? The one day there's not here. Yeah, he's doing great stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever released anything.
He did something on Anjuna Deep. Which, I mean, not but he does really good stuff. I love it.
Anyway, sorry. Sorry. I smell a cauliflower.
Delicious.
Yeah, it's like, what's going on? It's like, okay, I'm happy for my dinner. He's playing somewhere. Luigi is playing. He's playing with Mario, maybe. No. Okay, what's next? So this track was very good.
Yeah.
Good stuff, really. I enjoyed it. I don't know if you're here, Yasin. He never hears good stuff from me. I don't know if he's here.
No, it's really perfect track.
Yes. That's your curation.
Yeah.
Already going there.
Exactly, I'm already.
Yeah. Danny Fade. It's a good name also. Danny Fade. I like Danny Fade.
I like the start already.
Yes. It's from Vilnius, the capital of the best music, apart from Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
The most interesting music, I would say. As we say, keep it weird. Sore throat singing. Sidechain sore throat. It's like organic dark disco. It lost me in the Middle Eastern vibe for some reason.
Okay, I really liked it.
No, it was great. It just lost me in this kind of like. I was thought it's gonna be like a throat singing kind of like weird Georgian, whatever kind of like weird stuff, and then became like a very kind of like cheesy Egyptian scale. Okay, I know a lot of it.
True, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I lose the interest very fast for that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I liked it. Not just I would drop that kind of like weird. But where do you categorize it?
It's kind of indie dance.
Yeah, it is. It could be indie.
Yeah.
Why not? I approve. Let's
Yeah.
see, Tal. What's up, Tal? What's going
Hey,
on?
Tal.
You're back. You're back, Tal. What have you done? Yeah, I didn't like it, Danny. I didn't want it. Not that I want another one.
Amazing.
Yeah, very good track.
I love it.
The one thing I can say about it that vocal, chopped vocal, just repeats itself a little too much, and it needs something to break out of that pattern to make it a little more interesting. Because the rest of the stuff is nice, but all I could hear throughout the track was that vocal, chopped vocal, which was cool, but it just I heard a little too much of that. That's what I.
I
Other
like
than
the
that, really good track, working, pumping.
Yeah, solid. I like the
Yeah.
repetitiveness of the
Yeah.
vocal. Yeah, because it kind of kept you a bit like in that.
I did also. I just didn't like when it was too much.
Yeah.
That was my problem. Because a little less would work for me a little bit more. That's what I think. But other than that, really cool track. Tal, I don't know if you released any music yet.
He did. He was on
I saw one.
Secret Fusion. And
What's Secret Fusion again?
It's also a really, really good indie label. I'm going to put it in the chat. Label I really like. Secret Fusion. Add it to the chat. Like Mufti. You know Mufti,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Mufti. Yeah.
Mufti, yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
And Sobek and Musumesi, Local Suicide.
Good name, Secret Fusion.
Secret Fusion, yeah, I like it. It's
very nice name.
Really fun label. Add it to the chat. Yeah, Tal, I'm ready for it to come out. This track, I'm happy to support it on Beatport.
Yes, on Mo Black. That's nice.
Yeah.
Good job, Tal.
Yeah.
Good job. What is this? Tal, tell us the connection that you had with Mo Black. You just send them the music. Tell the group here. Interesting.
Yeah.
Good job, Tal. By the way, good job. But interesting, yeah, interesting track.
Yeah.
A little very too cinematic for me, but really interesting overall.
Very well produced.
Yeah, really cool, really good ideas.
Yeah, and it kept the tension, I think.
Yeah,
That's what I like.
100%. Let's see what else we got.
Yeah.
We've already been here for a while.
Yeah.
Let's see if we got something else interesting. But from us, FMEs. Congratulations, Tal. Congratulations. Yeah, this is a nice track overall. Also,
Very nice. Yeah.
I'm a little saturated from the music. What about you? I need a break. I need a break. It's been too much music.
Yeah.
What's going on?
All good. How's the chat doing? I wanted to ask you also how it was.
Now
when
it's
did you-
your point. Now you ask you're asking the question and I answer.
Okay, cool. How was it growing up in Israel, and when did you move to Berlin?
How was it growing up? It was amazing. It's one of the one of the most pure countries and up and coming places to be in. And what was the second question?
When you moved to Berlin, and was it a music decision or more lifestyle?
I'm guessing both because when I moved to Berlin, I didn't know what's going on in Berlin, and I moved here in 2009. So I've been here for a while. I left for a couple of years, and then I came back 2013,
Cool.
and I didn't leave since then. It was for the music.
Yeah, it's I think the best city for that.
You know, it was like the right place to be. Not for me, it was the right place to be in general. It took a while since the music scene became something that I could be a part of, and I'm not to say that I created it, but I was here when it happened. So it's great, like our music scene, because it was very deep house, tech house,
True.
techno kind of city, and there was no place for different and weird, and and it was very straightforward. Sadly, I think the city in the last few years went down in music wise, or just leveled up with everything else in the world. So it's like
It became more commercial, right? Or a little bit more
the prices
mainstream.
went up, lifestyle is different, people got
Yeah.
older, I got older also.
Yeah.
I
So
want
many-
different stuff,
Yeah.
we want better, we want, you become more bourgeois, and the city became more bourgeois also with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's difficult to be but it's still difficult to be a foreigner here. I'm sure people that live here that are foreigners, they can still realize that it's very different. It's very difficult. As much as it's a very open place, it's still you keep with your people. It's
Yeah.
not like I have tons of local friends. I have a
Yeah.
lot of people that are from other places, which are friends. And we found ourselves here. But yeah,
Do you speak German or?
I speak enough to get by.
Okay, that's good because
I don't do conversations, that's for sure.
Yeah, but if you go in the supermarket, I feel like, or like these like daily life things, I think
Yeah.
could be hard, right? If you don't speak
I-
any German, because the
Yeah.
service can be a little bit rude. I think I could see if I.
If it's rude, I think it's people are very uncomfortable and they're very insecure, with speaking different language, so it comes out as rude. It's like they feel weird that somebody will speak a different language still, because then and they're like, yeah, but you should accept the fact that I live here and I speak English and I pay taxes and I pay my bills. I'm not some kind of a gypsy, it's like trying to steal stuff or whatever. I am part of the city. I'm registered. I have the same rights, but just when you don't speak the language, it's difficult and you get very angry.
Yeah.
And anger creates a lot of frustration, and you'll be like, and it's changed. I'll tell you what, I feel like if you want to ask me in a personal way, I think the city changed, because I remember coming to clubs and in the backstage and being in Renat, and everybody was so happy to speak English, and they're like,
Yeah,
oh, you're from Israel and this, and now it's
Yeah.
like everybody closed up again. It's a very German scene.
I think it
And-
got maybe oversaturated, and I
Yeah.
think people felt maybe it was changing too quick. I know what you mean. I think in 2009 everything was a little bit more exciting when somebody came from abroad. While now,
Yeah, also 2014, it
Yeah.
just changed. I think it's changed when it took over. And I think, like anybody else, sadly, I would say that even the scene was like, oh, all the quote unquote foreigners are taking our job, not that we came to take anybody's job. We're working twice as hard, by the way, because we don't have any connections when we come.
Yeah.
I need to remind myself and other people that when I came here, I had zero connections. I came with one suitcase and I
Yeah.
slept on the floor with a
Wow.
dog, for a while. And to get to where I am today, I built it with my own two hands,
well
and
done.
thank you, and to get to a point that I have a successful label, that's part of something. I'm fighting, tooth and nail over it all the time. I'm fighting over it. It's not something that I got in any. Nobody
You
gave
didn't-
me anything.
No, it wasn't handed to you.
So
because I know your music from when you
so
started.
if something
that's why.
I like success stories. I would like to. There is some places that I appreciate more. Like, for example, people don't like it, but I like the US a lot because they appreciate success stories, and they enjoy it. And I feel like here, it's not something that people enjoy. They feel like somebody took their place. There's tons of local labels here. I'm
Yeah,
just
for
one
sure.
label.
Yeah.
And if I would be in my own personality, if I would be born here, I would be happy that somebody came from Israel and made it,
Yeah.
after all this time and all the history that we have in two countries. And, being Jewish here, it's not a simple thing. It's not free and open like other places, even though people think it is. It's not. You don't feel people don't feel comfortable. I know a lot of Jewish people who don't feel comfortable wearing a yarmulke in the street here. It's still, and not because of the Germans, God forbid. Because of other hate that there is here, because it's a melting pot of. At some point, it was a creativity melting point, and then at some point, I feel like it became a melting point. Like everything else, everybody got very frustrated, and there is a lot of hard energies in the city. Of course, putting that aside, life here is very good and very easy and chill, and it's not, and I don't know. How do you feel living here? Were you born here?
No, I was born in the East Germany in the north, like near the Baltic Sea, and growing up there. I feel like when the war came down, everything, yeah, I like it here. I mean, it's very low key, like compared to when I used to go to London. I lived there for a while, and in New York, it's much more hectic and it's much more based on performance. As
Yeah.
you said, also success stories, but also that so many people in London and in New York that didn't make it, and that had the mental issues.
Also here, by the
And
way.
here, yeah, I mean, here it's completely
lot.
crazy because people come here without sometimes a plan and they get caught up into this nightlife scene. And if they haven't had a strong character formed, then it will definitely throw them off their path. And look, I'm super happy here. I came back from New York, and I'm super happy here because here it's more low key in the sense. It's not so.
Yeah.
It's becoming a little bit more when you look at the Mitte and all the shops in Neukölln, and it's definitely gentrification. More people with money come. If somebody comes here from London, they can afford a rent I can't afford. So it's definitely a different city now. But sometimes it's also good when new people coming. So it needs like a balance, I think.
Yeah, but it's always a story of, I wouldn't say love hate, but it's just I never fit in. At the end of the day, as much as I am part of it, I'm sure I could have been more if I would. I had the focus. I had the time, but when I arrived, that I said either I focus on my career and my future, or I focus on the language and trying to assimilate myself in a place that I wasn't sure that I'm going to stay for this long. Looking back, for me, I chose wisely. I don't feel that, if I would have spoken German, I feel like if you don't connect to people, you don't connect with them. It doesn't matter which language you speak,
Yeah, for sure.
But I could, for one thing that I could say to a lot of as opposed to a lot of other places, that when I was here, I feel like I was here in the last moments of when it was very cool. It sounds weird because maybe I got older, but I was in the last moments of when the city became cool, and I saw how it changed. From, I don't know how long you've been living here, but I saw how it changed to a very high-tech city, which is not bad because the restaurants are better now. There's more money. I still pay the same rent that I did before, so I don't care. But the restaurants are better, and we have Amazon, and this is cool, and it's very comfortable to live here. But there's no more struggle. There was a lot of struggle in the past when my friends used to go busking and we used to be in the park all day. We had no money, and it was cool. It was a very kind of growing up kind of vibe. But I think it's impossible, and it's so saturated. And I feel bad for people that just starting now. It's so hard, and that's why I keep pushing people here to be authentic and to be themselves, because that's the only thing. Even when I came here, it was already full. But the fact that I kept my own way, no matter how many people I got upset on the way or whatever, I have my stories from here till Baghdad. I have stories of people interactions with clubs. I don't care. I went my own way. I'm happy, with what I've done, with what I've done with my life. I'm more than proud, and I'm very, and if anybody, the main difference that I would say, that the reason that I'm doing this show and the reason that I'm doing the label and everything is to bring to people what I was missing growing up. When I say growing up, I mean in the world, and like having this home, having the support group, having other people like-minded that like stuff that you like, and doing the doing the same kind of things, and they have a place for here, and I always answer to everybody. There's a lot of artists here that if I send them messages, they don't answer. And it's like, first of all, is to keep the person in you, and to be the most honest and whatever. Not everybody's gonna like it, by the way. Not everybody likes who I am, and I'm sure also people in your office, they're like, oh, it could be annoying with this and this. I go my own way. I'm not trying to be negative to anybody. I have my own thoughts, my own feeling, and at the end of the day, it's what you bring to the table what's important. It's not
what you put out.
Yeah, not what you take from the world, is what you bring to the world. That's what I feel.
Yeah, for sure. But what you just said, when you came Back in the day, you were hanging out in the park with the friends. You had no money, right? Like it was like the city was cheaper. But this is still existing in the city because when I look at the techno scene, I used to work at Berghain, and now there's this whole new generation coming that they
Yeah.
all live in Neukölln, in these, I don't know, 5, 6 people in one apartment, and all they do
Yeah,
is party,
exactly.
and definitely, and they all hanging out, they all doing this illegal raves now in the pandemic, and it's
Yeah.
depressing, because you're like, no,
Yeah,
they
but
are,
it's us. It's not them. They should do this. They should live like this.
yeah, but
And
not. I mean, they can live like that.
yeah,
But I think in the pandemic it's a little bit difficult because they
Yeah.
have no structure. So when we can stay at home,
Yeah.
because we had already our party time, I think they don't realize how important it is.
I think if we think about this, it was just it's very mismanaged. Everything that's going on now in the city, it's very mismanaged and it's not fair, for a lot of people, because especially when you think that the amount of people that pay taxes in the city are DJs, working DJs. A lot of people work here, and at this point they just left us, and the big companies, everybody got money, and everybody's okay, and they can still work, and we can't, and it didn't change,
Yeah,
and not here, and not in Europe, and not anywhere else. And they always, oh yeah, you can play in Tulum, and you can, yeah, but even if I play in Tulum, I pay taxes here.
yeah,
It doesn't matter. I don't pay taxes in Mexico. So I don't know. Now they want to close it again, and the whole testing things, and
yeah. I mean, I think it
sad. It's
was
sad.
obviously not ideally managed, but I think the US or the UK, all the people I know from there,
But they
like
bounce
that are
back.
artists. Well, let's see if they bounce back in 6
No,
months.
they're alive. They're coming back. It's
At the
over.
moment, yeah, no, it's not over for them.
No, LA is coming back. New York, Chicago, Miami is never stopped. London. We're moving next month. London is gonna happen. Everything is bouncing back. Here, it's just
Yeah, I mean,
the priority was wrong. The priority, instead of keeping forget about Germany in the whole, but it's because you can work anywhere in the world. In Germany, you can work from home, but clubs you can do from home. But remember that the number one thing that kept Berlin alive, as a cool city, was the tourism, the techno tourism, and the clubs, and the fact that we had a place to work. And they dropped us, and they left all the high tech to, they're like, oh, high tech is the thing. Oh, this is our moment. We never liked the clubs. Okay, they gave whatever, but old people, it's very conservative. This people that run the city are very conservative.
Yeah, I heard your last show was the Luke Jenner, right, from the Rapture.
Yeah.
And yeah, I totally understand what you mean. I think personally, when I look at the US and all my friends that lost jobs within the music industry in London and in the US, like in the UK and the US, they didn't get really any money from the government. So I feel like here it wasn't ideal, but at least I feel like there was
They got
a little bit.
at least $600 a week.
Who?
Everybody in the US. Everybody that is American start with the fact that you get 600 a week, and most of them got $2,000 even a week. They got money. It's not right.
Yeah,
They got money.
yeah.
We got $7,000,
Yeah.
one time, and that's
Yeah.
it. And you see now all the stories with the big name DJs and whatever. They didn't get nothing. That they make. They pay more taxes than I make money a year. So
yeah. I mean, the tax system
no,
is
I'm not.
obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not the one to talk about this. I'm just saying the mismanagement was for me, it was sending the kids to school, and people are still going to the offices, and instead of just like, okay, closing and taking care of the city as a city, they kept looking at things as a big thing, and now they're imposing some draconian laws. Instead of UK took care of the UK, New York took care of the New York, and they kept on not taking care of, okay, Berlin need to be closed. Keep Berlin closed. We were here. We're in a bubble, and bring the city back alive. By the way, we can live here, fill the clubs only with locals, DJs, people, And if you need to get tested to go to the supermarket, you can get tested and go to the club. It's all good. It's not different. It's gonna work. It's the same thing. If a teacher can teach, you should go and I'm not talking about DJs. DJs are the small amount of people that are in the club. It's all the people that work in the club that I don't see my work as a job. By the way,
Hmm.
this is my life. It's
Yeah,
a lifestyle.
it's your passion.
Yeah. No, it's a lifestyle. It's who I am. It's an art. All these things that I do, it's not. If I would do it for money, I could spend the same time doing other stuff and make way more. But it's like this is what I am. So today it's like this. Tomorrow I know how to deal with it. But a lot of people had to change.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know a lot of people that left New York because they couldn't, whatever money they were giving from the government, they couldn't survive. But also here we have a whole different democracy and too many. Yeah, it's yeah.
Anyway, let's hope that by next summer,
yeah, that would be
things will be better. You never know. Things can change in a second.
Yeah,
the only thing that they need is to vaccinate more people. Simple as that. Vaccinate at least 50-60% of people in Berlin, and then they're good. Then the city is good. They're back to life. I feel bad that all the restaurants are like they're dying.
Yeah, the restaurants are dying. I mean, yeah, I have friends that run restaurants in Mitte, and
they're dying.
For them, it's hard for sure.
They're dying, but inside, they're dying. The inside. I'm not talking about money. They can survive money-wise. They're losing their whole belief. They're losing their faith.
Yeah, let's see.
It's a shame. It's a shame because it's easy. It's again, if we get tested to go cut our hair, we can get tested and go to a restaurant. It's okay. You work, you believe in the testing system, let's get tested. All good. Everybody here stands in line. They're good. They like to stand in line in Berlin. They will stand in line to go to their favorite restaurant. I would. Yeah. They should provide. There is an Aldi. If Aldi says for $5 they sell a test, they can provide every restaurant with tests so they can test their people. And we can start with 10 people a night, or stuff like this. All good.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Take care of the people. Take care of the people. If anybody can hear me, take care of the people. Because we got you where you are. And your seats are because of us. Take care of the people. Because if we stop paying, you're fucked. And if people had balls here and they would be like, I'm not paying any more taxes. Fuck you. I'm taking all my money somewhere else. Then you see the government start to move. I'll tell you the issue that I have with. That's why I'm disappointed myself. The compliance with the situation. I'm angry. Why are people not angry? I'm angry. And I'm not I don't speak the language. If I would speak the language, I would shout throughout the microphone throughout the city. I'm angry.
Yeah, people are very angry.
Oh yeah, we'll go get tested to go. I don't need to get tested to cut my hair. Let's be honest. I'm with mask. He's with mask. We're one people with each other. He has 1 hour to be with me. I don't need to get tested for it. And he doesn't need to lose his job because I don't want to come, because I don't want to get tested. Same thing.
Yeah, I think, there's so many different opinions in Germany, with the whole. So I think it's very complex, the whole situation, unfortunately.
Sorry, I lost the...
Oh, the connection?
No, the camera was weird.
Oh, the camera.
Anyway,
Good.
Enough with politics.
Yes.
I had a lot of fun. There was great music today.
Yeah, very good music.
You got a lot of names to keep, and I'm happy that you're watching the show so you can see the future. Yeah. The future of the genres, and and I'm very happy that you guys are doing a great job in the company and helping all of us. And really, by the way, if anybody knows or not, Beatport is a shop. Keep it together, everybody. It's a business, and the amount that they do to support us as label is amazing. The amount of work that they do to support the young artists is amazing, and no shops do this. End of the day, it's a business, and they work hard for the money that they're doing, and they work hard for what they're doing, and they're putting a spotlight on everything that we do. So I'm very grateful for it, and it's a great team, and I'm happy to be in touch with the team all the time, and to share the music before anybody else, and to do exclusive stuff and whatever, because at the end of the day, it's a relationship that goes both ways, and this is the most amazing thing.
No, I love that you understood that, because some labels are so complicated and difficult, and it's like this whole back and forth. So it's nice to be working with you and Disco Halal and really building it. And
now, if anybody here has a label, it's not us and them.
No.
We work together.
Yeah.
They're sharing our music with the world.
Yeah.
It's not what it's they know what they do, and and you do good job, you get noticed as an artist, as a label. It doesn't matter. You get noticed.
Yeah.
Keep on pushing.
But
Keep on doing the stuff that you believe in. That's what I
that's
think.
why we have the creator team, to also find new talent, look on all the other platforms, and to really give young artists
Yeah.
also a platform.
Yeah, and the most beautiful thing, and what I keep saying, all the young, when I say young, like upcoming artists, there is always room for more, and always
Definitely.
they're gonna shine a light on you. Because, with all the respect, how many times can you say the word Moscoman, in your life? My time will be out, so I had and still having my time to shine, but now I can shine my light on other people also, and this
Yeah.
is the main job of an electronic label, because it's not like major label, which is okay, it's a business, it's releasing music. It's not in this. It's something that goes through my filter,
Yeah.
as a DJ or as a producer, and it goes through my filter, and I'll be like, okay, this can be good, and
Yeah.
so this is the good part about this kind of world. So
Yeah.
that's why I always say this is the difference between us and major. This is the indie part of it.
Yeah. True. And you're at the level where you can support young artists, so that's also great if you at the point of your career.
That's the only thing that you should do.
Yeah.
It's like everything else. You get to a certain age and you start passing your knowledge. Otherwise, it will be extinct if you keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for the time, and
Yeah.
hopefully we'll meet up in a more personal
Yeah.
situation, less two-dimension. What is it? One dimensional.
What do you do?
Flat screens, which is
Yeah.
nice. It looks good.
Yeah,
Not-
and I love technology that we even
Yeah.
are able to do this.
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
I'm grateful for this homework, working from home and doing streams, and
Hopefully you can go back to your beautiful offices, because you have very cool stuff there, and it's a
Yeah.
very cool,
yeah, we
cool
have to.
spot. You can see the river.
Yeah.
And you can enjoy life.
Yeah,
You don't
we
have
have to-
you don't have the balcony like Flux FM.
No,
but
we can always go to them. I know them, so I'll go
It's
over
true.
to their office.
They
And
got
there's also
the good part of the building.
get physical, and then Palmbot is in the basement, in the Riverside studio. So it's like a nice area.
Yeah, you got the center HQ, dance HQ of the world.
Yeah.
In what's this? What's it?
Kreuzberg, Fühlstraße, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you for
Guys,
having
thank
me.
you. Have a great weekend.
Yeah,
And
you
I'll
too.
see you on Monday, I think.
I will check it out on Monday as well.
I hope I'm not wrong. I don't remember. I will check. If not, I'll see you soon.
Monday.
Thank you guys. Thanks everybody.
Cool. Thank you. See you later.